All right, Hafene, and welcome back to KM News Extra, everyone. I'm Jason Salas once again. Now, as we have stated, Guam has a dire need for foster parents. So you might be asking right now, how can you actually become a foster parent, and what are the requirements for doing so? We have Cindy Chugrad right now. She is a social worker, and we are going to talk about this very topic. So half a day, Cindy.
Half a day.
All right, thanks so much for joining me. So,
Thank you for having me.
Generally speaking, who are the ideal foster parents like on Guam in terms of household and maybe family size and income level and that kind of thing?
Anybody can become a foster parent as long as your criminal background is clear, you have a medical background. What we look for in medical background is any contagious disease. So, financial, of course, you need to have some kind of financial. So when we place this child with you, you will be able to provide for this child. And any Guam resident can be a foster parent. You could be a renter, you could own a house, it doesn't matter as long as you have a roof and space in that home for another child to be in your home.
Do you have to be necessarily a U.S. citizen or?
No, a Guam resident.
A Guam resident, okay.
Yeah.
So even if you have like another nationality that you
Yeah.
maintain for whatever reason,
Right.
you can still qualify.
Right.
Okay, very good. Does it weigh more in your benefit if you're applying to be a foster parent if you are a couple or a single person without children, or if you have children? Which is more advantageous?
You could be single, at least 18 and above, marriage, or even domestic couple. We have domestic couple.
In your experience, what are the youngest people? You said like 18, but what are the youngest people that qualify to be foster parents, and then what are the oldest also?
The youngest is 20, and the oldest 60-some.
And they all qualify.
Right.
That's amazing.
Because the age doesn't really, you have to be 18, that's the standard. But as long as you're active, the 67-year-old lady, she's very active, she's in good health, so there's no reason for her preventing her to become a foster parent. In fact, she's one of the longest foster mom we have on Guam.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, are there... And I don't want to say people would become a foster parent because they want to milk certain tax benefits and everything like that. But when it comes to tax time, are you able, if you are a foster parent, are you able to claim your foster children as dependents?
Right, you could claim your foster child.
With normal paperwork and?
Right. I think there's a couple of paperwork to fill out, but you could claim your foster child as your dependent.
Okay. As far as the process of applying to be a foster parent, what does one typically go through? Like, obviously, there's paperwork that you have to fill out, and there's probably an interview process and everything. But walk us through it. Like, if I was going to apply to be a foster parent, how would I interact with you?
There is a packet which is nine different forms in that packet, and including the application. You fill that out. You return it to me. I'll schedule an interview with you and all the household member, and then I'll do a home assessment. With the new law regarding, before it's just the passenger and the driver usually wear seatbelt, but now everybody in the car wears seatbelt, right? So I also look at your vehicle. If you're going to have so many children, you need to fit in, how many car seats in the car. So I also assess your vehicle, but pretty much your home assessment, interview, as well as your required document.
So it is an interview, but it's not necessarily like you're being audited, and you're not going to I shouldn't stress out if you're going to interview.
No.
Just be myself.
Right, and people thinks that it's a very lengthy process. Like I said, there's only 9 different forms, and some of these forms is just 1 page that you need to fill out, or other people needs to fill out. Like in that nine forms, there's a character reference that 3 people needs to fill out, not you, right? So out of that 9 forms, I think only you need to fill out like 4. And the rest is, because 1 fill out by the doctor, because that's your medical, 1 is fill out by your employer. So, there's, I think out of that 9 forms, you only need to fill out 4.
And how long should this take from the moment I start filling out the paperwork until I would be approved?
It'll only take me after you turn in your document, after I complete your interview, the home assessment, it'll only take me a week because of the chain of command. It goes from my supervisor to the administrator to the chief of welfare to the director for signature, and then it'll come back to me, and then I'll give you a call.
That's very quick, because I know in the state of California, sometimes it can take like, up to a year and a half.
No, it'll take like a week.
All right, and,
Yeah.
and certainly there is a very important need here. So who can people
Correct.
call for more information about this?
You could call us at 475-2672 or 2653, and we're on the third floor of Teralahi Professional Building in Agania. You could contact us there.
All right, well, thank you so much, Cindy.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right, a foster parent, something that is